Alright, so what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the video, to the channel. And today I would just want to talk to you guys for a little bit about some of the pros and the cons of having ultra low profile tires. So for starters, some of the pros are, or one of the pros is that going with an ultra low profile tire and an oversized wheel is that it's mainly for style. There's not a lot of function that you can get out of, or performance, I would say, aside from you get a better feel of the road. The cornering is more responsive. The handling is a little bit more responsive. You can also feel, what's going on with the road, aside from having a kind of numbing feeling from having the stock tires on. But that's one of the pros, or some of the pros anyway. Um, Again, with a wheel like this, you're not going to get much more improvement in performance. This is purely visual. It's purely for style. Um, a con to having ultra low profile tires is that you have to be a little bit more careful about the way you drive, because there's not much sidewall, as you can see here. There's literally about 2 inches of meat on the tire that has to absorb some of the imperfections in the road. So you have to be a little bit more aware of what's going on with the road and how to drive and stuff. Which some of you guys probably already know that. You already know that you want to try to avoid potholes, speed bumps, things like that. I mean, not speed bumps per se, but you want to try to avoid poor roads. In addition to that, another con is that if you don't if you don't watch out for speed bumps and potholes and poor roads and things like that, you're going to end up having to replace tires more often. So I just recently got a new set of tires all the way around, because for, I would say, a period of about 6 months, I have been using real world driving conditions. Okay, I was really driving without trying to be cautious about speed bumps. I wanted to get a real feel for how it would be driving on a regular basis. So anyway, over about a 6-month period, there is a stretch of road where the road buckles like this into a wave, a peak, and there's like three or four of those ripples, and it's not super bad, but you can clearly feel it in the car. So over about 6-month period of time, I noticed that the tires began to get like a little bit of a slight vibration, and it was more so not really in the steering wheel, but it was more like a hump, or a bump. And so when I had it, I took the wheels to the wheel shop, or whatever you want to call it, and they pretty much told me that I had bubbles in the sidewall. The sidewall had worn out, and I initially thought it was just one tire, but it turns out it was all 4 tires. So that kind of sucked. But anyhow, that's one of the bad things that you're gonna have to do. If you don't mind having to come out of pocket, to do stuff like that, that's gonna be one of the cons. You're gonna have to, the tires are a little bit more expensive, and you're gonna have to replace them more often. Typically, you're gonna get with the last set of tires that I had on here before this one, I got maybe about 12 to 18 months worth of tire usage before I had to replace them, because there was either a wobble, or there was a tread wall, or the sidewall failure, or something like that. So that's one of the cons. But by the looks of this video, you're probably going to realize that there's probably more cons than there are pros that you're going to have to deal with regard to going with an ultra low profile tire. But if you can handle paying, you know, for a new set of tires every 12 to 18 months, then I would say it's no big deal. Um, I'm debating on whether or not I'm gonna go back to the factory tires after this round of tires or not. Um, but unless they decide to fix the roads out here, but for the most part, the roads are really good. There's just a couple of sections where it's just raggedy. But anyhow, I just wanted to talk about a couple of things, you know, with low profile tires and whatnot, and try to just talk with you guys. I haven't made a video in a while, so I just wanted to give you guys an update on what it's been like. So if you have any questions or comments, or is there something I forgot to mention, please hit me up in the comment section. Also, if you like the video, give it a like. If you love the video, subscribe, and I'll try to answer you guys' questions later. I got another video come up where I'm going to show you the difference between the stock tires and the aftermarket tires and the tire size. Alright, so if there is a link, I think you should probably click up here on this side of the screen for the link to that video. And if I did this right, we'll see you next time. Alright, peace.